Okay, so tonight's session, we'll go through crafting your personal brand to attract right business partners. So I'm not talking about personal branding to sell products, but more about building the business. Okay, there's a management guru. He say sameness sucks. So in other words, if you are same as everybody else, then you don't stand out. You can imagine yourself to be like that. Okay, that's what sameness is pictorially. You're just like one of 1,000 chairs in a big auditorium, indistinguishable from the others. So what is your personal brand? Is the perception of other people of you. In other words, when you think about what other people will say about you, think about you, talk about you, or write about you, when they have you in their mind, or your brand actually represent your values, your unique strength, for example, your unique personality. All of us have got certain values, yeah, and all of us have certain strengths that only unique to us, yeah, certain personality unique to us. Question is that whether the people in general, your friends in general, or your prospect especially, your potential business partner who you wish to attract, what do they perceive of you? Do they have that notion of your value, have that notion of your strength, and that notion of your unique personality? So branding is something that is proactively created by you. But on the other hand, reputation is something that is a reaction by others. So you can't control reputation. Okay, you only can create your branding. You can control your branding. As a result, effective branding or not effective branding, your reputation will be formed in other people's mind. Whether they perceive you correctly, they perceive you wrongly, then that depends on how you brand yourself. So every one of us here, we are building a business. Every one of us here is attracting the right business partner. So personal branding is really important for us as network marketer. Why? Because you are not in the business of just selling product. Now, if you're selling product, right, you don't really, of course, if you are brand yourself as someone who is helpful, who is service-oriented, more likely your customer will buy from you. They're more concerned of the product that they purchase, less concerned about the person that they purchase from, right? Especially in our network marketing, they can actually buy directly from the company once they sign on under you, yeah? But if you're looking at business partner, they really want to follow someone who they can count on, isn't it? In network marketing, I feel that every single one of you, you have to develop a very strong but authentic personal branding. You are all authentic in your own way, yeah? But the question is whether your authenticity of the value, your strength, your personality, does it get out there? Is it visible? Is it perceivable by the people out there? Especially your prospective business partner, especially the kind of people whom you want to attract them to join you and become part of your business team. So that is really, really important. So in other words, it helps you to stand out from your competitor. Now, like it or not, you are looking for the right people at the right time. So you're actually looking for talents. Like we always say, we are talent hunting, isn't it? Right? So if you look at your prospects as talents, now let me tell you, talents are valued by a lot of people. Yeah. If this person is very talented, every other organization will want them as well. There are other network marketer leaders who want them as well. So we are always in the competitions for good talents. We are always in the competition for leaders. Now, leaders are even rarer people, right? If you can attract one leader, wow, you're basically set for a very big network. If you can attract three leaders into your network, basically, you are in for multi-million-dollar kind of enterprise that you can build in Avita. So it's very important that you must ask yourself, why would the talents or the potential leaders see you as someone that is the right partner for them to join, right? So your branding become even more important in this marketplace of attracting good talents and good leaders. You got to build credibility and you got to build trust with your potential partner. When I say potential partner, means your prospects, right? And your potential partner will also be checking on you, right? You're interviewing them, they're also interviewing you. You remember when you go for an interview for a job, you are also interviewing your potential employer in that sense. Are they good enough? No? Are they kind? Are they authentic? Do they have a big visions that they can attract you? So similarly, when you're prospecting someone, your prospects are also interviewing you. Are you worthy of me joining? Can I count on you to build this career of mine, this business of mine, bring it to a new level, a level that is beyond what I can do on my own at the moment now. If it's successful branding, it requires two things. Yeah, you got to create that kind of trust that your prospects are perceiving you rightly, authentically. At the same time, you must have the visibility. So branding is a lot about visibility. So you look at how good brands out there, how they're branding themselves, whether it's McDonald's, Starbucks, or LV and many of these, Apple, for example, how they brand themselves. We can actually learn a lot from that. We are not talking about throwing in millions of dollars into branding you yourself, but you carry your own brand 24/7 everywhere you go. Everything that you say and everything that you do and every project that you undertake and everything that you share on the internet, on your Facebook, on your social media, and everything that you articulate on a day-to-day basis. We got to define your superpower. Now, every one of us have our superpower. The question is whether firstly, you're aware of it. Okay, number one, yeah. So what makes you unique? To the degree that a person knows his uniqueness is the degree that which he can more effectively brand himself if he chooses to brand himself. But if you have no idea who you are lost, okay? You think that you are nobody, you are just a chair among 1,000 other chairs, then it's very difficult to brand, yeah? You can't brand yourself by just copying from somewhere else because then you feel like a fake. Branding is about really accentuating what you are already, your unique characteristic. Yeah. So first thing is what makes you unique in terms of your strength, in terms of your expertise, in terms of your passion. So your strength could be, I'm a good speaker, I'm a good orator, or your expertise could be, I'm very good with calculations, I'm very good in numbers. Right? Your passion could be, I really want to make the world a better place. Right? Charity, whether it's doing social work or whether helping people, for example. I have an expertise in TCM, for example. Later on, we will try to uncover some of this and see how you can blend them together, cook them into a dish that will then become your brand statement. All right. Second, what do you offer? How do you help others grow? How do you help others to become better? How do you help others to live a better life? Now, not everything that you're very good at doing is suitable for you to be incorporated into your brand statement for your Avita business. Okay. Third is, why choose you as a business partner? What do you offer? What have you got in you that will give to your prospective business partner to look at you and say, wow, yeah, I want to join you. I can count on you. If you look at a tree circle, this is where you got to combine your unique strength and the value that you can offer to people and the partnership benefit to you. And you got to encompasses all this into your personal brand of who you are. We are going to do some exercise here. Let's identify our superpower. So I give you 1 minute to write down 3 unique strengths or characteristics. You know yourself better, yeah? Now, what are some strengths that are not relevant, for example? You are very good at making cookies. Well, making cookies and doing Avita business is not exactly directly linked. So making cookies is a strength of yours, but it's not a very relevant strength to write down in here. Now I'm going to keep quiet and all of you just pen down 3 unique strengths or characteristics in your learning journal, in your notebook. And then after that, you transfer it onto the chat, okay, for collective feedback. Okay, if you all look at Badet Banai, she says hospitable, friendly, open to people. Now, I'm no qualm that those must be your unique strength as well. I've known you for a while also. I think you are definitely that. But if you want to kind of like identify those are your superpower that you're going to put it into your brand, right? Then it kind of like make you a nice guy, a nice person. It's not strong, I would say, in constructing a brand of yours that will be very attractive as a business leader. You get what I mean?
Understand.
But if you look at another person, okay, let's look at Christine Woon, for example. She just type it in, yeah? Focused, adaptable, never give up. So do you think these 3 are pretty positive traits that can combine into into a powerful brand of this. So you can imagine this person to be, wow, you know, very focused. Definitely will go somewhere. If she wants to become diamond, she will definitely move towards that. If she wants to complete a project, she's very focused, yeah. And then she's adaptable, focused but not stubborn, okay. And then never give up, very persistent and she has that perseverance to go far. She has the endurance and the stamina to carry with you far. Now, do you all perceive Christine to be like that? Now, I'm not flattering her, but I'm saying that, you know, she obviously understand a fair bit of herself. I also know her to be very focused, very adaptable, and very never give up. Okay. Now, I also know her to be very humble, for example. Okay. But I would say, okay, humility is a good thing to have. It makes you a very nice person. But in constructing your brand statement, again, so is that something that is very important? Yeah. You may have 20 good attributes, but you can't combine all 20 good attribute into your branding. So everything you have to select. So like, for example, if you look at Nike, what do you think is Nike's focus? If you look at a pair of sports shoes, you can focus on durability. You can focus on style, fashion and style. You can focus on performance. You can focus on a lot of attribute, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. But every brand will focus on only that few attributes, okay, and sing praise of that 1, 2, or 3 key attributes, and then build it strongly and build it consistently. And this is how you do branding. And this is how you do branding for yourself as well. But if you want to be a nice person, a strong person, a persistent person, a humble person, a kind person, you know, you get what I mean? If you want to kind of like make yourself everything to everyone, then you are nothing to everyone. Then you will degrade yourself into that chair, because no one will have a strong recollection about you. No one has a very strong perception of you. So if you want to be nice in everywhere, you want to fit into everything, then you become nobody. When you select your strength to construct your brand, you got to be very clear about what you authentically are. Everything that you do, right, you have to be very mindful about, are you constructing a very strong brand of yourself, or are you diluting your brand, or are you creating a confused brand about yourself? So crafting your brand message is where we are go to next. Yeah. So how do you craft your brand message is really important. First and foremost, you got to tell the world, who are you? Position yourself clearly, right? So are you a wellness entrepreneur? Or when people ask you, who are you, or what do you do? You say, oh, I teach Guasha. When you tell someone, or when I tell you, I'm a wellness entrepreneur, what kind of impression you get, Susanna?
Curious about what are you doing actually?
So I tell you wellness entrepreneur. So it's kind of like, you know, it's like a business.
It's not very exact, yeah.
Yeah, but
So I
not
want to
very
know
exact,
more.
but it's like I'm positioning myself as a businessman, right? Correct. But if I say I teach Guasha, what's your perception of me?
Teacher lor.
Teacher.
师傅, not businessman.
Okay, yeah. Which one is more powerful as just a term? Wellness entrepreneur. Do you all agree? Right?
Yeah.
So you see, your choice of word, I'm just showing you your choice of word become important, because the perception will always be a result, a reaction to your choice of word. How you position yourself, who are you? And then what do you do? Your mission. What do you offer others? Very important. So I heard sometimes some of you say, oh, I help people. Ruby, when I say I help people, if you don't know me, I just say I help people.
What do you do? I mean, how do you help? Yeah.
But what perception? I mean, I just say I help people. What kind of possible perception that you may conjure?
So nice, this person. Could be a helper, cleaning house, maybe.
Cleaning house. Okay, yeah, that's what. Yeah. Okay, what else, Elizabeth?
It's very vague, right? I help others.
Yeah, in other words, it's not clear.
Yeah, it's not clear.
Yeah. It can be, wow, this guy is a charitable person, a philanthropist,
Could be.
to clean houses. In other words, what you say, how you construct it, always will affect how you brand yourself. Okay. And the result of which is you will get either a good reputation or a not so good reputation, or worse is a diffuse reputation. Next, please. Who do you help? So who are your target audience? Are you targeting other entrepreneur, other aspiring entrepreneur, or are you targeting sick people, for example? These two extreme, right? So I sometimes hear people that, oh, I want to go and I take care of people who are unwell, I look at sick people and all that. Then you construct yourself to be drawing, you are attracting only sick people to you, right? Rather than attracting aspiring entrepreneur to you. Lastly, so why should they join you? So you got to highlight the benefits to these people. So these 4 questions are very important when you're constructing your message. Let me kind of like role play a little bit, yeah? Okay, come, Suhun. Okay, you just say, I'm Suhun, and then you read out for me.
I'm Suhun. I teach gua sha and help sick people recovering faster by gua shaing them.
Okay, what's the perception of you of Suhun now?
Healer.
PCM, Pasha girl.
Good
PCM
question.
people.
Okay, yeah. Okay, how many of you actually say something like that?
Yeah,
How many of you actually say something like that?
yeah.
From time to
Pasha,
time.
yeah.
Okay. I teach gua sha, I help sick people. Then what kind of people will be attracted to you? Let me ask you.
Sick people.
Sick people. Yeah, because if you're not sick, why you come and look for you, right?
Yeah.
If I'm an aspiring entrepreneur, I say, okay, I'm not sick. Bye. Next. Then you be bypassed already. Are you branding yourself correctly? Next.
I'm Suhun. I help people slow down aging and prevent degenerative sickness with cell therapy.
How do you feel?
I like the sentence, slow down aging.
So it's a little bit more atas, right? A little bit more sophisticated, right?
Right.
But will she be attracting entrepreneurs?
Maybe
No. Maybe, yeah.
not so.
But in this statement, there's nothing she say about business, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is still a weak statement. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Vivian, can you see? Okay, the next one you read, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, come.
Okay, I'm Vivian. I help people slow down aging and cell therapy. I coach with cell therapy and coach like-minded business partners to expand the business across Asia.
How do you feel better?
Yeah. I like this.
Is it even better now? Did she say something about business now?
Yes.
So this is a better statement than the last, isn't it? So the question is that every time when you have a chance, right, are you able to say something to this degree? Need not be exactly the same, yeah, but can you construct something that is authentically relevant and authentically matching, fitting to who you are? One more click.
Vivian, a wellness entrepreneur who helps motivated individuals be their own boss through the Avita's Wellness Business Coaching Platform.
Is it even better now?
Mm.
Is she able to answer all the 4 questions? Who are you?
Yes.
Right? She's an entrepreneur. She's even a coach for entrepreneurs. What do you do? She coaches wellness entrepreneur, and she has got to do something. She has something to do with the wellness industry, right? Who does she help? She help aspiring entrepreneur to be their own boss, isn't it? And
Yeah.
why should they join? Because if I'm going to be my own boss, I join you, I'm going to be my own boss. So be mindful, yeah. How you brand yourself is something very deliberate. You got to work at it. You cannot tikam. That's how you destroy your brand. You are always saying different things at different times, right? And after a while, you don't even remember what you say. You go a networking session, people ask you, exchange name card. What do you do? Then the fella, before you even finish, next, write you off already. How many of you kena like that before?
No.
I also, okay, when I first come out from the army, I joined the private sector. I tell you, networking was was a big challenge for me. I was never trained to go and do business networking. But when I joined the private sector, I had to go because I was a head of conferencing, business conferencing. So I got to figure out how to network and talk to people and get name cards and all that. So many times I joined some seminar or some conferences. I have one stamp name card in my pocket, and I just go round and round the room and dare not approach anyone. Okay, or I try to join in a conversation, but don't know how to start, don't know how to end, don't know how to give out my name card, don't know how to get a name card. Okay, so all these things need a bit of training. Yeah, and of course, if you have some of us who are a little bit more experienced, we can guide you, and you don't need to learn all by yourself. I have to learn all by yourself. Okay, in the private sector, it's like you either swim or you sing, you know. Okay, so this is some of the ideas of how you can craft your message. All right. So are you ready to do some exercise? Okay, 3 minutes to craft your personal brand message. In just 2 or 3 sentences, you don't need to make it perfect. Yeah, it's part of exercise. Yeah, you just put words down, okay, on your paper, write it first, and then later transfer it to the chat, and then we can talk about some of your input. Okay. Now be very clear, concise, and authentic. I'm not asking you to copy whatever I've written just now. Okay. And then you share your brand message in the chat, and then we can give some feedback. Okay. So 3 minutes starts now. Hi, I'm May. I'm a wellness entrepreneur in Avita MLM. We have preventive cell therapy products and essential oil. Interested to join business platform with me? Wow. Okay. Good try, May. I'm a doctor, entrepreneur, advocating wellness through cell therapy. I help like-minded people to earn residual income through the Avita business coaching platform. Okay, that's Grace. I'm Jenny. I'm a wellness entrepreneur who empowers individuals to achieve their full potential through optimal health and to create a lasting wealth. Sounds good as well. I'm Patsy. I like helping seniors to slow down aging with cell therapy to have a better quality life and work with like-minded individuals to be entrepreneurs through the Avita Wellness Business Coaching Platform. My name is Ruby. I'm passionate to be a wellness specialist. I help individuals to be an independent and train them to be a successful wellness entrepreneur. I'm Kat. I'm an entrepreneur and wellness advocate. I empower individuals to achieve balance and health through high-quality wellness products. Join me in my wellness journey and let's unlock your potential and professional growth. I'm Gina. I'm a wellness entrepreneur who inspire, mentor, and empower the next generation of wellness entrepreneurs through Avita. I'm Dr. Babes, a dermatologist and wellness advocate and entrepreneur to help create optimal health and wealth via the Avita platform. Luke stands here. I used to coach students ace the exam. Now I'm a wellness entrepreneur who coaches like-minded individuals to become their own boss through Avita. Okay. I'm Vivian, an entrepreneur in the wellness industry with a coaching platform that can help you achieve your entrepreneurial dream. That's good. I'm Catherine Chan, a wellness entrepreneur empowering sustainable health and to redesign their lives in preventive wellness and lifestyle business. Okay. So far, Catherine is the only one that mentioned lifestyle business. Actually, that is a very attractive word. Yeah. Let me kind of like give my comment, and then I welcome anyone to chip in, whether you're senior or non-senior, doesn't matter. Yeah, because branding is something that it's not about rank. Okay. Yeah. Now, firstly, Kai Jin. Yeah. I'm Kai Jin, wellness entrepreneur, empowering driven entrepreneur to achieve unparalleled success and fulfillment through Avita Wellness Comprehensive Coaching Notion. Okay, comprehensive coaching solutions seems to be quite attractive as something that you mentioned, right? But you see, this is my personal view. Yeah. Sometimes when you use too bombastic word, personally, I'm not impressed when somebody talk about like unparalleled success, right? So what is unparalleled success and fulfillment? A bit difficult to grasp. Okay. Now, I give you an example, a contrast. Yeah. A contrast example would be, I help you to make your first million. Wow, very specific, right? There's an end game to it, no? There's an end point, no, to achieving, no? Right? So if I say that I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a coach that helps motivated individual to achieve their first million. Oh, that's, to me, very crystal clear, very sharp, very focused. Yeah. So you guys may want to just jot down your own notes. Yeah. Okay. Things like very specific, make your first million. Okay. Okay. Create your first regional business. Wow, that sounds very enticing. Yeah. So I typically will move away if you're going to say it in the form of a statement or use it as a brand statement on your website or on your documents or in your presentation, for example. Those are powerful words, specific, and when people hear it, people get moved, yeah, and they create the impression of you. Wow, you are the Robert Kiyosaki in Singapore, things like that. You're the Anthony Robbins, right? Or for that matter, if you want to borrow a brand from another person, you can do that as well. Okay, I'm your Anthony Robbins in Jurong East. Right, right. Wow, that is like, okay, I'm not comparing to anywhere else. I'm your Anthony Robbins in Jurong East, right? Big fish in a small pond, things like that. Right? So it's but you can say that I'm better than Anthony Robbins, then people will laugh at you. Okay. Follow me. I'm Robert Kiyosaki plus. Then people pui. You get what I mean? So you don't go and do a ridiculous branding for yourself. Yeah, this outsized branding, then you make yourself look ridiculous. Yeah, people will laugh at you. Yeah. Okay. But if you can play with borrowing a brand from other people, that's actually one way that you can brand yourself. Okay. Now, let me pick another one. Yeah. Now, I will not do something like ambiguous words. I call it ambiguous word. Okay, you put there, you say, I'm a wellness entrepreneur in Avita MLM. The moment you shoot MLM outright, you have no idea who will perceive you. How will people perceive? Because it is a term that can be quite confusing. Yeah. You have like 50% people will look at you positively, maybe, but you have 50% who may look at you very negatively, and they may not even give you a chance, no? Right? The moment you say something like that, right? Then people shy away from you. So these are the terms which is not good in your brand statement, in your brand message. Yeah. So I call it ambiguous because you're not quite sure. It's not safe, It's not safe to use some of these words. Right? Okay. Yeah. Or for that matter, sometimes you have very technical words. Okay. Yeah, some very technical words. Right. All of you know what is unicorn? What is unicorn? Not that unicorn. I'm talking about business unicorn. Okay, unicorn is defined as a startup that has created a value of over $1 billion worth value.
Okay.
Okay. So when a startup, when we build a startup and the startup actually has a value of over $1 billion US, it's called a unicorn startup. Okay. So you see, if you're going to use these kind of words where not everybody understand, but you are trying to make yourself sound very sophisticated, right? You make yourself sound very knowledgeable. Say, I'm going to make Avita the unicorn of MLM company. Then people, you have like 70% of people don't know what you're talking about. So imagine you want to brand yourself that way, then it is actually creating confusion in your brand, right? Most of the time, people don't understand. Worse is now you say that, oh, we are not a unicorn, we are a zebra. Do you know that there's a zebra? You see, none of you have heard of zebra, right? Zebra is another startup of a different nature, right? So these are all very technical terms, right? Not even business people know about them. You throw out some of these terms, then you create confusion. You understand? Okay. For that matter, if you throw out some technical terms in the network marketing world, okay, then I ensure that you get 7 generations of bonus. Wow. Then people blur. Don't know what you mean as generation. Okay. Right. Then you have another person who says that, Jenny, okay, you says that, who empowers individual to achieve their full potential. Now, is another, to me, it's a bit wishy-washy, yeah? Full potential, what does it mean by that? Yeah. So not quite sure what it means. So I would be a little bit more specific. Okay, so some of this comment, I hope that it will help you to get some ideas on where to tidy up to make your brand message more clear, more penetrative. Yeah. 一针见血 when you say something, you must touch the person's heart that, oh, that fella move, Then the person, wow, that night cannot sleep, sleepless in Singapore, right? Then, wow, at night dream of Jenny. Wow. Then the next morning, wake up only, I got to call Jenny. Wow. Then you have achieved that kind of superior penetrative brand statement. Yeah. So the statement could be something that you write somewhere. The statement could be in your conversation that you just say it out. Okay. It's just an expression. Yeah. But you got to be very clear about your own brand statement in order for you to be very clear when you talk about it or when you write about it or when you share about it. You understand? Okay. Right. Now, then you have Ruby. Ruby say, I'm passionate to be a wellness specialist. Now, this specialist is also another ambiguous word, correct? Right? So specialist in the medical field could be termed as a specialist, right? The specialist in the army is lower than officer. You all know that? Okay, that means non-commissioned officers are usually called specialists. I mean, big sounding name just to make the non-commissioned officer sounds good, So specialist, again, it is a ambiguous term that I would avoid. Now, the other thing about making yourself too much of a specialist means that for them to join you, they perceive to be very difficult. I got to be a specialist. You can ask Dr. Grace how many years she must study to become a derma specialist, right? So that all this perception is inside that person's mind, you see, right? But the moment you throw out a word like specialist, all these things bubble out from inside, yeah? That, oh, very difficult. Wow, got to become a specialist like you, maybe I've got to study like 6 years, 7 years now. Wow, too difficult. I think I don't want to join you. Okay. Yeah. So take into consideration all that. So Babes also, yeah, Dr. Babes, you introduce yourself as your medical profession. I'm a dermatologist. Yeah. So you see that this is where you create confusion. So are you a dermatologist? Or are you a wellness advocate? Or are you an entrepreneur? Wow, damn difficult to put you in a box, So you're rather, so in other words, this kind of brand statement will dilute your brand. Okay, you are here, you are there also, exactly what are you? Okay, so do I come and see you for my skin problem? Right? Or do I come and attend a lecture by you about wellness, advocating me to take care of myself? And if you say you are an entrepreneur to help create optimal wealth, what do you mean by that? I mean, you are an entrepreneur, so what have you got to do with me? Right? So you are an entrepreneur, you make money for yourself, but I don't have any role to play with you, apart from being your patient maybe, or being your student. So this statement will conjure me thinking that only if I want to learn something from you as a teacher, or I want to come and see you as a patient for my skin, then it makes sense for me to have any connection with you. Okay, apart from that, you are an entrepreneur. So you help create optimal wealth for people like me, meaning that you want to sell me product, that's all. Yeah. So it's a different thing. Yeah. So unless you specifically, like how Vivian said, I said, I'm Vivian, an entrepreneur in the wellness industry with a coaching platform, okay, that can help you achieve your entrepreneurial dream. Oh, that is very clear. She is an entrepreneur and she is also willing to coach you if you are keen to be an entrepreneur. So now Vivian is an entrepreneur. She can sell product to you, but she is also a coaching entrepreneur who she can guide you to become an entrepreneur. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. So how you position yourself become either you have a confused message to people or you have a very clear and concise message to people. So tonight, my session here, I hope to remind all of you to be very crystal clear first about your own positioning, so that when you shoot, whether it's words or writing or presentation, or for that matter, any form of expression, you are always consistently sending the right message, the same message. And then over a period of time, because you keep sending the same message, it builds up your persona, it builds up your reputation, and then people will have a certain coherent reputation about you. Okay, understand? Like, for example, I have been very consistent over my 20 years, branding myself as an Avita network marketing leader, branding myself as a network marketing coach and network marketing speaker and network marketing educator. I'm branding myself as a social entrepreneur. But every time when I get a chance, when I just talk about my social entrepreneurship, I will then give credit. I will say thanks and gratitude to my Avita business for giving me the chance to have the time and financial freedom. So you see, I'm consistent with my branding, my reputation as a social entrepreneur, my reputation as a network marketing leader, my reputation as a network marketing coach, my reputation as a wellness advocate. But wellness advocate is subsumed within all that. So I don't even say that I'm a wellness advocate, right? So whenever I talk about Avita, it's subsumed under it. So what are words that you choose to accentuate? That's what I'm saying. You choose to zero in and build upon and penetratively position in your brand statement, in your talk, for example, in your writing, for example, in your Facebook, the way you position yourself. This is the art and science of branding. Okay? Yes, Peggy, please. Good. Anything y'all can ask question, yeah?
Alvin, thanks for sharing, because I was thinking, yes, for yourself, you have been like doing this consistently for like the past 20 years. So people know you or perceive you as the expertise in that aspect. But if it is like for some of us who actually change, or we have been doing something else previously, and now that you come into this business, how then would you position yourself, or how do you do the transition to into the wellness industry? Because before that, we are not in the wellness industry, and
Good
people know
question.
us, we are not in the wellness industry.
Yeah.
So how can we position ourselves to blend in such that it is like not so abrupt? And
Okay,
people
good
will be
question.
thinking, yeah, because previously I used to share a lot of baking, I used to share a lot of like nice photos and all that, but it's not related to wellness. So then people perceive me every time the first thing when I see people, they will say, "Oh yeah, I remember your cake." So I was like, why am I not doing that? If people perceive me as that persona, and then why am I not doing that? And now how am I going to transition myself into the wellness aspect?
Very good. Okay, so you can seek out my consultation. It's only one GA worth of a fee. Okay. Joking aside, okay, this is how I actually helped Tengi when she was in the early stage of her career. Now, I was also once upon a time a rookie, right? That this is why my point is, you have to be consistently building and building and building. After a while, you have a consistent branding. You cannot today choose this, tomorrow you say that, the next day you say that. You will never get a consistent branding. Okay, so your consistent branding will be with the people who know you already, and then later on you got to create platform. You got to create your own 舞台啦, you know? You got to create your own stage and stand up there and yell at the top of your voice. No, you got to climb to rooftop and talk about what you believe and what you advocate and all these things. Yeah. So that is a second stage. Yeah. But now for tonight, I'm just wanting to help all of us here to decide on a certain specific brand for yourself first. Because once you have a consistent branding that you feel is powerful, you feel you use the right words, you feel is authentically who you are and what you want to do, okay, you start from there. And then everything else, the next few slides, I will talk about it. And then everything else must consistently go along that, yeah. And then over a period of time, consistently over a period of time, then your reputation get built. reputation takes time. Okay. But reputation also takes opportunity. Okay. Like for example, I was coaching a few of them and say that, look, last Monday, there was a Project We Care seminar, the Project We Care awards ceremony. And there was this guy, Samuel, who was giving a talk. Okay, a good guy, yeah. So I was coaching them. I say that you are going to get a chance to brand yourself. Okay, I asked them, that few of them, who I think is Wendy, Jermaine, Veronica, and is it Jenny also, right? Yeah, who went for that Project We Care event. Now, you see, that is my style. So I'm kind of like sharing with you what I do, right? Every seminar that I go, when there's a chance that the speaker say, anyone has any question or open to the floor for whatever, I'll be among the first few to show up my hand. And then I'll stand up. My name is Alvin Yong. Okay. So I brought some of them there. A few of you who have went along with me for seminar of this sort, you know my style. Okay, so this is how I guide my downline. Yeah. Okay. So I'll be the first one to put out my hand and say that my name is Alvin Yong. I'm a coaching entrepreneur. I was just wondering about, your subject matter, that, it interests me tremendously. And I want to thank you for those ideas. I would like to ask you, how can I implement your idea into my coaching program? Because I coach entrepreneurs and help them to make their first millions. Then I sit down. Then now let me ask you, have I branded myself? That was hardly 30 seconds.
That was a
So
big.
that's why I say to all of you, branding yourself is 24/7, anytime in your anytime. When you get the right opportunity, you got to brand yourself. Even you don't get the right opportunity, you create an opportunity to brand yourself. But the question is, when you put up your hand, do you speak nonsense? Or do you speak something that is coherently constructive in creating your brand? Do you all get what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So I was coaching them. I said that, look, you go. I even give them the link to the Samuel guy. I say that, look, you can read about research about this guy. I even share with them that, okay, this is likely what he's going to share. Okay, he's a big guy behind this charity program and whatever not. And I say, look, prepare yourself. Whatever he say, you prepare beforehand. You will know one smart question that you can ask, and ask it in such a way that you brand yourself. Okay, you will probably stand up there and say that, hi, my name is Alvin Yong. If I were there, right? Then I would say that my name is Alvin Yong. I'm a international independent distributor with Avita, who just received the award this afternoon. I'm really grateful for this opportunity. And I would like to say a big thank you to you for sharing your fantastic story or whatever not. But sir, could I ask you one Don't you think I brand myself? Everybody will know that I'm Alvin Yong, right? So during the tea break or during the coffee break, would one or two or three people will come forward and say hello? This is how you make connections. Okay? So branding is not always passively from your social media. I know many of us are always talking about doing social media, but you've got to be proactive and daring and courageous. But you can only be courageous if you know what you're doing. You get what I mean? If inside you, you're very clear who are you? What do you do? Right? And why should people partner you? So that 4 questions that I put up just now, if you're consistently able to construct one's statements, loosely, never mind 2-3 sentences, but you can adapt, adopt, edit for different occasions. You get what I mean or not? Right? So when you want to edit it and put it on your social media, you can expand it into 1 paragraph. When you want to use that statement and expand into a story and tell it in your presentation. Thank you very much, Tingy. Yeah, see. So when you want to expand it and tell it as a form of a story, then you can be even in 2-3 paragraphs in a short story. during a presentation, like what Tiangi is going to do on Thursday, right? So any point in time, you got to create an opportunity to brand yourself. So when you're branding yourself, it's 24/7, okay? Okay, maybe not during your sleep, yeah. Okay, so how you dress? You look at Pauline. All of you now look at Pauline, yeah? Right. She's always immaculately dressed, all right? Sometimes I wonder whether she wear high heel in her home as well or not, okay? Yeah. I think also she put on makeup when she's asleep. So you see, this is the kind of immaculate image that, so when you look at Pauline, okay, you have a certain brand image of her. Do you agree or not? Right? And whatever she say, you already believe half of it, you know. Right? Correct? So you want to behave like an entrepreneur, and then you wear like singlet and Bermudas and walk around. Now, when the time you become a Bill Gates or you become a Steve Jobs, I tell you, you run around naked, people will still bow to you and believe you. But before you get there, you got to be consistent. Your image of whether you are international entrepreneur, you got to talk international language, right? Right? You got to be ready to articulate some. So you got to study, in other words. Yeah, you got to study, right? So when I first got started in the conferencing career, I studied immaculately, right? I studied very hard. When I was doing a conference on IPO, inviting the top lawyers and the financier, the investor and the banks and all that, I got to read widely so that I know what I'm talking about. So in the same way, when you want to do cell therapy, when you want to do entrepreneurship, you got to arm yourself with those lingo. You got to do your own study. Okay, and Pauna is not enough. You got to do your own study. You got to ask yourself, who are you trying to attract? What kind of people you want to attract? Right? You want to attract sick people, then very easy. You just call yourself a healer. Like, I do guasa. No? Then automatically you will get a lot of sick people come to you. But you want to attract good quality talent, self-motivated, independent, internationally oriented individuals. Then you are looking for what kind of people? You're looking for the banking directors, you're looking for business development and manager, you're looking for the vice president of telco. You want these kind of people to career transit and join you. Then you got to level yourself up from wherever you are now. Agree? Okay. So this is the kind of, now it is a bigger thing than that, but I'm talking about branding now. Okay. So whatever you're going to brand yourself, you're going to be consistently capable, competent, and confident in whatever you're going to say. Does it make sense, all of you? Visual branding and social media presence are very important nowadays. Now, let me ask you, those of my direct downline, you know my style. Before I meet your prospect or before I go with you to meet a customer or a prospect or whatever, I always 100% I'll Google that person. Do y'all do that? How many of you do that? Do you know that nowadays HR practitioner, before they even call the person up and line the person up for interview, they use social media as like in fact, it's almost like the primary CV already. Right? The CV that they send is like, I don't know whether it's real or not. You know, the fella kasa anything they want to say. But they will check your Facebook, check your LinkedIn, check your Instagram, and check all your social media, because we all leave footprints in the social media. So my question to you is that, are your social media profile and whatever that you do there, your activity that you carry out there, is it consistent with your personal brand? Now, before this evening, if you don't even have a personal brand, then anything you post, right? The next morning you wake up and you fall down and then you go and put there, oh, you're so sad this morning. I woke up and I tripped and I fall down. Poor me. Oh, stop. Then you got all the emoji, whatever, right? Now, let me ask you, if somebody will Google you, what do you think what kind of reputation you're giving? Are you someone that I can trust with to make my first million? Oh my goodness, right? So the fellow may not even respond to you, okay? So you got to be very mindful, right? Are you consistent? Okay. Now, first and foremost, to answer Peggy's what she said just now, is to decide on your branding first. That is the first step. Okay, that's the first step. Then from then on, every opportunity, including your social media, you got to be consistent. Okay. So if Peggy, you continue to post your cake in your social media, right? Then you are actually deepening your branding of a cake specialist, a cake teacher, right? So you got to be very mindful, like what Kate has shared with us. Either you have your private Facebook, but you create a business group, Facebook group, or business Facebook page that's dedicated to constructing a different reputation, a different branding for yourself. Okay, so that is very, very critical. Yeah. Now, some of you in your social media, I see that you are branding yourself as a gua sha expert. Okay. Now, it's good and bad. Not that it's good. It's not that bad or whatever, but it's like, is that the only branding you want to create for yourself? Okay. Then, unless people also want to do gua sha a lot, then they join you, right? So what other alternative article that you ought to be sharing on a regular basis? Could it be business thought process? Okay. Could it be thought leadership, for example? Could it be something about entrepreneurship? Okay. So you want to brand yourself as a coach, as an entrepreneur, you got to be consistent with your what you talk, what you say, what you do. And in your social media, it's exactly that: what you talk, what you say, what you do, what you think. Right? Put out there in the whole wide internet for people to consume. So you got to be very mindful. Are you using the right words, using the right photo that you post and you share, and especially those that you forward and you share other people's posts and all that? So if you every day you share Liu Dehua lah, share Zhang Huimei lah, Sun Yanzi concert coming lah, BTS lah, whatever, then you get the kind of persona that everybody would see you as that. So you got to be mindful of that, yeah? So next, if your reputation is X and your branding efforts is Y, then they are unequal, yeah? Then you better find out for yourself rather than you blur, right? You think that you're branding yourself as an entrepreneur, but actually you're telling the whole world that you are a cake specialist, for example. Yeah, I'm just using Peggy. I'm just using that word as an example, yeah? Then it's inconsistent, incongruent, right? Then you will find it very difficult. Like you put in a lot of effort, but people don't believe you because you're trying to be somebody that you are showing yourself. You're showing the world you're not. Okay. Next, please. So this is a homework. This is not something that I want to do now because I would like to invite all of you to, after this, go and look at, scrutinize, do an audit. Yeah. Do an audit trail about your own social media. Right? How do you introduce yourself? Right? In the social media, you have your profile, isn't it? About you, right? What do you say about yourself? Your LinkedIn profile. What do you say about yourself? Right? Many of us will put a LinkedIn profile as your job. Ruby, specialist in DHL. Then your prospect will Google you and say, oh, you are DHL employee. I thought yesterday when you introduced yourself to me, you are a wellness entrepreneur. Hey, so which one are you? Are you who you say you are? Question mark, question mark, question mark. You got to decide what is your major, what is your minor. Right? If you want to pursue the corporate dream, you want to climb the corporate ladder, then you will be very consistent in all your LinkedIn, in all your Facebook, whatever, you put your employer. Okay, you are aspiring to be the COO or CTO or CMO or C whatever O. You are aspiring to be the C-suite. You're looking for next career opportunity that somebody will talent hunt you or head hunt you to the next company or something like that. But if you are dead sure that you want to build a team of aspiring entrepreneurs, in other words, you're building your Avita business as your number one, your major, then you got to be very consistent in the way you articulate all these things across all the platforms. Ask yourself, does my profile reflect the brand I want to project? If not, make your own changes, okay? Make the relevant changes so that you become coherent. So branding through storytelling is the most powerful of all. Everything that you do, whether you're doing it on Facebook, is a storytelling. It's just storytelling in a few sentences. You can't do a lot. Yeah, on your Facebook, I'm talking about like your profile, about me, about whatever, including even your WhatsApp. Yeah, your WhatsApp also, there's a profile, right? You can talk about yourself, right? So everywhere, whether it's your Telegram, your Viper, whatever, everywhere there is a description of yourself. Are you consistent everywhere? Or on one platform is something else, this one, yeah, then you get confused. That means you're bipolar, right? Right? Okay, don't be bipolar, okay? Be singularly polar. Okay, is that single polar? That means be single-minded, yeah, in constructing a very consistent brand image for yourself, all right? So storytelling is more pertaining to a bigger form of storytelling is when you are given a chance to talk, a chance to share, a chance to MC, a chance to be the Guasha Party speaker, be the Meridian Workshop speaker. So all the time when you stand up and people invite you to come on, right? You have a chance, right? That 2, 3, 4 sentences, right? When I was introduced to Avita, wow, there was an aha moment when okay, I realized that I have a chance here to make my first million, to make my first pot of gold. And I make a decision. I sign up for the ambassador course, and then I never look back since then. I'm on my way towards my first million now. Hallelujah. Give me a round of applause. Boom. Wow. No, yeah. See how you brand yourself. Every time you get a chance, don't hide behind. It need not be a big platform, need not be a company platform and be an Empower Night or whatever. It can be within a small group when you have an alumni gathering, when you're old school gathering, when you have a home party at home, or when you are meeting one person, just one person for a cup of coffee. How can you brand yourself? Just tell an authentic story. Share your Avita journey, right? How is it change your life? Wow, I tell you, when I joined the Soaring Eagle, whoa, when the moment I fall into the water, when the splash come out, you know, along with the splash, my aspiration, my inner, my motivation, my authenticity, my passion, it exploded like a supernova in the sky. Wow, you see the way you describe yourself, okay? Right? I'm kind of dramatizing a little bit to drive home the effect. You get what I mean? Okay. I'm not asking you to talk like that, a bit too drama also, like, yeah, like you scare people away, like, yeah. Okay, but I'm trying to kind of tell you that any point in time, you can tell a story, right? Over a cup of coffee, you can tell a story about how ELS, how NBC, Networker Basic Course, right? How I didn't know that I hated sales. I didn't know that I have the ability to open my mouth and close a deal. And I tell you, last month when I attended the Networker Basic Course, it blew my mind away. Now I got to thank the trainer of Avita Education System for unleashing my salesmanship, my salesman craft. Today, I realized all these years, 40 over years, I never realized that I have the gift of gap. And the gift of gap is not a skill. A gift of gap is authentically from my heart. And I speak from my heart, bam, people buy from me. I make my $10,000 sales yesterday. How do you like that? So it's about recollecting something that has moved you, but not letting it go unnoticed or not letting it sink to the depth of the ocean. Hang on to those moments, and Tengi has a powerful elephant memory to hang on to some of these moments and retold those stories during her 50th birthday. In other words, you got to be a bit perceptive in drawing out. That's why every time after a training, we always encourage all of you, hui oh hui, what is the takeaway? What is the takeaway? What is the takeaway? In other words, not let yourself just go through the BOP, just go through the training, just go through tonight, and just here go in, here go out, and that's it, finished. Then another night gone, another event over, right? So nothing actually kind of like have a small or medium or large aha moment that hit into your life. But if you can collect small gems, small pieces of chips here and there, then all this can be a collection of fantastic story that you can tell. And this is how you can inspire a partner to show them that, hey, look, if I have an aha moment in ELS, you could too. By the way, the next ELS on the 9th of November, would you like to join me and discover the hidden gem that is within you that will help you to climb to the next $1 million mountaintop? So you have a good brand story. It also will help you to close your partner easier, invite easier, even sell things easier also. Does it make sense? So this is an exercise to write your story. I want to give you the chance, okay? Again, it's like listening, no use, yeah? Use your hand, write it because it comes from your heart. And then this little exercise, 3 minutes to write a 3-sentence story about your Avita journey. Just highlight one thing, one challenge or one aha moment or one whatever that's impacted your life, right? And then you share in the chat, and then we can look at it. Okay, Elizabeth. I'm a
Very long
consultant.
story.
No worry, yeah. It's just the first draft where you can improve upon. I'm a consultant, even though I enjoy it very much. I have to do everything by myself. I had a strong aha moment in one Avita session, the power of leverage to give me financial freedom and time flexibility. Okay. Had attended field training and noticed the leaders are highly committed in helping and guiding everyone, whether one can't make it. There's sure to be one stepping out to do it, or even tired. They will commit themselves to it. Can see their tired eyes and faces, the authenticity in them, in the list goes on. Okay, this does not pertain much. It's more like a commentary, yeah, Kai-Jun. So in your sentence here, it's more a commentary about the trainer or about other people. It's not about you. Okay. So your brand statement has got something pertain to you, your shift, right? Your opening, your awakening, you're taking a bold step forward, your improvement, your discovery, your uncovering your potential, for example. Yeah. Some of you, I notice you tend to talk in the third person. Okay. It's almost like a commentator commenting on Taylor Swift concert, for example. Right. So it's not about you, it's about Taylor Swift concert. But you can make it first person. Wow, when I attended Taylor Swift concert, that particular song, when she sang to that, it lifted me. And I realized that my life is more than what I'm doing. Right? So you got to bring it back to you. Yeah. And that is where you create your brand. Right? What do you stand for? Remember your value, your unique strength, and your unique characteristic. Yeah. My mom was visibly aging, and as her child, I was concerned on her suffering a drop in her quality of life. Thanks to Avita Health Solutions, she was able to regain her quality health, and I was able to bring her to travel. And because I could help her, I realized I could help many others around the world to be like her through the Avita platform and build a global business out of it. Okay. So Yiki, you got to be careful. Yeah. These tend to, I would say that it kind of tend to brand you as an elderly helper. Okay, that means it's like you are helping old people. So you have to be a bit careful in such storytelling. So this storytelling actually will accentuate the value of the product, the benefits of the product, but not so much of your branding. Yeah. But if it's branding per se, then my comment would be you're branding yourself to be, you want to be the son to not only your mother, but you want to be the son to all the old mother. Yeah, you get me? So I'm graphic in my way of perceiving you. So it will be the same. There are people who will perceive that way, but they cannot articulate it that way. Yeah, but I will say it out like that. Yeah. Oh, you are a favorite son for all the mother in the whole world. Right? So that is how you will brand yourself in that statement. Yeah. Mei Chu, I've been laying low, but after attending Soaring Eagle, I have more confidence and more eager to learn more. Okay, that's a very weak branding statement, May. Okay, is weak. Is like I've been laying low. No wonder your camera also very low. Okay, come out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you want to brand yourself, carry yourself in every angle, yeah, including in this square. Yeah, right. So I will say that fail. Yeah, recraft. When I joined Avita, I struggled with opening up to new people and managing my chronic asthma, which often led to both daytime and nocturnal attacks. Through Avita family and their support, plus the world-class product, I learned to connect with others, gain confidence, especially during the Soaring Eagle, and also effectively manage my health challenges. Well, this brand yourself as a sick leave person. If you all read Kat's story, right, it's a few key points. One is she is suffering from a health issue, and then she has another point about opening up to people, confidence, gain confidence, right? So what you want to do is you probably want to talk about confidence building, right? So your story can be solely about confidence building, yeah, from someone who find it difficult or unnatural or socially awkward. You could use such words, right? That to now I radiate confidence. People say I radiate confidence. I was like a totally different person. I thank Soaring Eagle for that inner transformation. See, I will use such words. Confidence building as a result, inner transformation because of Avita education platform. Boom, right? Every entrepreneur, you could say something, you could end with a statement that says that every entrepreneur ought to be radiating confidence and poise. And I see that Avita has the potential to sculpt every one of us into becoming that kind of entrepreneur. Oh, that one will be very nice. Yeah. So again, is all of you are good with your English, but it's about choosing how to craft it. Yeah. So that is a bit of an art and a science. Yeah. And Patsy Go says that I was not very confident myself before. Again, it's a T down, not very good. Yeah. Not starting that with the first statement, in other words. And Avita gave me the opportunity not only help me to overcome my own challenges through the AES, but also help me to step up to be a trained physicist who could now help empower others to be successful. Now, if you want to say something like that, right, it's like from caterpillar to butterfly, you know, that process, right? You would want to start with a strong statement, right? You could say that many of my friends were surprised at my ability to be a confident presenter today. You could start with something like that, which is a positive statement, you get me? It's a positive pronouncement of where you are now, right? Because most of them knew me as a scatty little cat while I was growing up. But my potential was unleashed through the training in Avita, something like that. It's a sequence of what you pronounce first. So you want to pronounce something that is boom, wow, people are like impressed, and then oh, little did we know that you are like that, right? And then you gain that transformation. Yeah. So for those of you who want to talk about transformation, you want to skillfully sequence your storytelling in a way that will be palatable, that will be delicious, that when people hear already, it stay in their heart. Okay. And then that night they cannot sleep. They dream of Patsy Go. Okay. Then lastly is by that night, my life changed. See, good. That's a very good beginning. Yeah. My life changed when I started in Avita. It completely changed my health, able to meet like-minded health, business-minded, awesome people, and able to realize how time and financial freedom is a must. Okay. Time and financial is a must. It's not very nice. Okay. And I would suggest if you are talking about time and financial, you could say something to the degree of, my life changed when I started with Avita. I'm zooming speedily towards my first pot of gold. Something like that. That will be even more empowering. Yeah, you could recraft it a little bit and see how you can make something authentic, but I'm kind of like giving you some tips along the line. Grace, my Avita journey started when I took a bold step and joined the Avita business opportunity. Careful, because you say take a bold step, meaning that, wow, joining Avita opportunity is very dangerous, very risky, you know. Right? I must be very bold and very courageous, maybe a bit stupid also, right? Then you are making it, wow, if I'm not so bold and not so courageous, I can't do it. You know? So be careful with making this kind of statement. Again, I don't think it's a very good branding exercise. Today, I'm enthusiastically sharing the goodness of Salogen and the invaluable time and financial freedom of this exciting Avita business. join me in this Avita journey and live life with significance. Okay, live life with significance is quite a nice thing. You could package that somewhere in the middle. And lastly, Gina, being a HR director in the MNC took so much time and energy away from home. That is when I decided to transit to become an entrepreneur in order to have more time freedom for my 2 young boys then. As an Avita entrepreneur, has allowed me to not just achieve my dream of spending more time with my children, but also build a regional business that will be my legacy for my son with autism. That is powerful, right? The last statement of building. So that maybe is the construct of your core story. Okay. Maybe you should start by that. Gina, you should start with that. Okay. I'm a mother who have been struggling for years trying to raise 2 autistic boys. Wow, that is a powerful precursor. Immediately, what kind of perception you get when I say that? If you're talking to me, I'm Gina, right? When I say that, right? Immediately, you have an emotional turbulence inside you, yeah? That is a good brand image, yeah? So you all can see that some of the branding short movie and clip, especially the Thai movie. Have you all watched some of the Thai movie? Well, it brings tears to your eyes, no? It's about eliciting emotion, but it must be real, must be authentic, yeah? So for Gina, right, you could say something like that, yeah? As a mother of 2 autistic young boys, you've been struggling for years. And then you can then build on that and see the transformation from not having to having. Wow, that one would be very powerful. Actually, Gina can build even further on that. But you got to be careful. For Gina, she can narrate these brand stories so deeply until that people perceive her as, oh, so your mission is to work with parents with autistic kids. So some of you have the inclination for some of you, like for example, Jenny. I've heard some of your BOP, your content sometimes, and both you and Yan Yan can vibe into a point whereby you are talking to the 打工仔. So it's like you are the savior for all the junior executive in the corporate world. So you got to be very careful how when you have a strong story like Gina or like yourself, okay, but you got to be careful in not unnecessarily narrowing your focus to only single mother, okay, only mother with autistic children, only people who are struggling in a job or people who get fired. You got to be very careful and not to vibe into that. And then if you vibe into that, then you are actually attracting basically only a very narrow group of people. But I remember that it's not necessary. Narrowness not necessarily means it's bad thing, yeah? For the longest time, Pauline's branding is very clear. Pauline, would you like to talk about your branding to everybody else instead of me talking about you?
Yes, you all know my passion is always to empower women. That's the first thing I say when I talk to people about this business. My passion in doing this business is to empower women. And it has been like this from day one.
Yeah.
Right, Alvin? Yes.
Yep. So that was the consistent branding, and that allows me to help to brand her as well. Okay. I have a upline, Pauline Lim. Okay. And Pauline Lim is a woman empowerer. Okay. She empowers ladies of all walks of life and all ages, from single mother, working mothers, to mothers with empty nests. See how I brand her? Any questions that you want to ask?
Yes,
before
Alvin.
everyone? Yes, please.
Alvin,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
So actually, yeah, so the brand story or the brand statement is supposed to for us to attract, right, business partners, for example. So if my statement, because we also want to be authentic in the statement, right, in our story. So my story I'm trying to say is currently what I'm doing, but I realize that there's something better. Indirectly trying to attract people in that sense. But is it not impactful enough?
Yeah, not. Totally not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see, that's the problem with our corporate people. We always introduce ourselves as what? Pauline will introduce as a lawyer, right? Kate will introduce as an engineer, and Luke will introduce as a teacher. So we are unnecessarily caged, right? As our profession. And then it becomes sameness, and sameness sucks. right? Then everybody think of kid as the engineer, which is square, cha-cha, don't know how to talk, walk straight, right? Then people think of teacher as, don't know how to do business, right? Don't know how to make money, right? And only know how to beat up kids, things like that, right? So you got to be very careful, yeah? You got to blinker yourself into, you see, when you say in your story and you say that I'm a consultant, jialat already, right? There are two kind of consultant. One is only con only, they only con, CON only, right? Then the other one is consultant is like, just consultant, it can be a very low level consultant, it can be McKinsey consultant, things like that. So why do you want to blinker yourself into that? I find it totally unnecessary. Right? So when years ago when I helped Tengi, I said, don't introduce yourself as an accountant. I told Joey, forget about civil engineering. Right? But you can say that currently I'm a civil engineer, but I'm transiting into an engineer of dreams. That was his tagline. That was his branding when I worked with Joey and Tingy at that point in time. Right? So you got to be very mindful of what you want to say. So every words carry a certain baggage, you like it, right? So if you say that I'm not saying that you be unauthentic, yeah, but you can choose. That's why you see branding is very proactive. So you got to first and foremost tell yourself who you are. What do you do, right? So now, Elizabeth, if you are living in Sydney, right, and you have been consultant for X number of years, but now in Avita, you're not a consultant, right? You're no longer solo consultant. You are a team. In fact, you are building a multinational enterprise. So you can play with your words, right? You can play with, but you don't first and say, I'm a consultant, then ID fix already. You fix your identity into that small little pothole. No, you could say that I'm an entrepreneur that is building a multinational network. And somewhere along the line, you could say that from a solo consultant profession, I'm expanding into the CEO of a MNC. Oh, sound like good. Which you are. In Avita, every one of us is building an MNC, multinational corporation, right? Multinational network, multinational enterprise. And then you can say something like, I'm a small fish in one city, but I'm going to be a big fish in the whole Asia. Boom. Wow, that's another way of expression that position yourself as, wow, I want to know more about what you do. Hey, Elizabeth, can we have a coffee next week? I buy. This is how you attract people to be interested and to know more. So you can call it a brand statement, a brand message, or you can call it a pitch. It's the same. A pitch is shorter. A brand statement is more elastic. You can expand your brand statement into a brand story. You can expand your brand statement into a whole talk. Right? So recently I was invited to Chulalongkorn University in Bangkok to give a talk on what? On social business. But in my talk on social business, I talk about essentially Meridian and I talk about Center World. And these two are designed as a social business because even though essentially Meridian, the so-called the legal director is Josephine and myself, we don't earn money from that. We created this platform to actually help all of us to build an enterprise up, a multinational enterprise. So in that sense, it is a social business design. So what am I doing? I'm giving a talk about social business as an entrepreneur, as a social entrepreneur. But I'm positioning, I'm talking about the design, I'm talking about architecture of a social business that serves a for-profit network of partners. Bam, that was brilliant, isn't it? But that cement me as an expert in a business design, business architect, right? I'm even higher than a consultant in that sense, right? So this is how I call myself a CEO of a multinational enterprise. Bang, right? So whoever listen and whoever keen to find out more, the filtration process is done already. Right? Those who are not keen, I don't care anyway, right? But I contributed my thought process, my thought leadership in that forum. Okay, these are the action steps to build your brand story, right? So these are the 4 bullet points. It's a summary of my advice to all of you. First and foremost, review your branding message and refine it. Okay, you need help, you can always come and ask your senior, or you come and ask me also can. Okay. Secondly, once you have decided on your branding message or your branding, the image, then you make sure you update or you refine or you revise your social media profile and all your visual. Visual means including your own dressing, yeah, including how you express yourself visually, yeah, to align with your brand. Number 3, share your personal story over and over and over and over and over again. Of course, with your prospect very often, and just about with anybody who are willing to listen. Okay, you can call your colleagues tomorrow during lunchtime and say, hey, I have something to say. I want your feedback. Then you vomit everything to him or her. Okay, and then you tell me, how do you feel? In other words, is you've got to practice until it roll off your tongue very naturally. All right. Then lastly is stay consistent. Stay consistent in your branding for a period of time until such time that you feel necessary to readjust your branding. Okay. Don't today you want to empower women, then tomorrow you want to empower young people, then the next day you want to empower old people, then another day you want to look at retiree, you know. Okay, so now I give you all a few visuals to kind of like inspire you. Yeah, I hope they inspire you. Okay, so the first one is someone that we branded long time ago, and all of you know him. Yeah, is drum roll. Why you laugh like that, Grace?
Who is this actor?
Oh.
Ah,
Hey, hello, this is your pa upline, okay?
Very
I thought it's
handsome.
James
Very
Bond.
handsome.
Next. Your brand tagline has got to be something consistent with that person. Yeah. So it can't be something that is totally you see already like wow, the tagline and the person begam like not fitting, right? Next. So this is consistent with what she wrote just now. Okay, Jenny just now wrote about persistence and perseverance. Yeah. So I know Jenny to be someone who with the kind of persistence. She has been traveling up to KL, okay, tirelessly, okay, for the last 1 year, okay, to build a business up there. She's ready to keep going. Okay, so that kind of persistence is a middle name. But success is not about herself. Success is about our. So this is where the attractions of someone reading it, okay, success is our destination. Yeah. It's implied that if you follow Jenny, her persistence will be part of your success because she will persist all the way and accompany you towards success. Next. I play with some words, right? Adventurer 2.0, right? So it's not the Adventure 1.0 where like Kate's background, he will run around in those forests. That is 1.0 Kate. 2.0 Kate is leading teams to scale the summit of Mount Abundance. Play with what the person authentically is. Yeah. Okay, next. Then you talk about climbing up to the top, right? Then, so just nice for Yong is someone who is, you can count on her. Y'all agree? How many of you are downline? You can count on her, yeah? Whether she knows, she doesn't know, you ask her to do something, she will always appear and then she'll try her best, okay? So I crafted this and say, good hand gets you to the top. You can count on mine. And then her hand can't stick up. I just happened to find this picture of hers that I thought I'd just stick it there, you know, with a blur background, right? And then her upline. So I play with the word interior design. So she was ID 1.0, she was an interior designer for homes. But ID 2.0, she's an interior designer of leadership. Okay, so you have all kinds of tagline that befits you. You have to choose something for yourself. Tengi, would you like to share with everybody about your process and what you discovered?
It was through one of a spiritual course that I found a vision, a mission that I resonate with. It was some kind of light, a star, and I just stick on to it. And then in the beginning, it started with very funny taglines like stars of warrior, stars of this, and it's very cheesy. Just star something, star something. Never mind, I just keep using it. At that time, I don't find it cheesy. Yeah. And then now and along the way, I keep going for many courses, many seminars. And in one of the seminar, it became clearer I mean, as of now, it is very clear, but it may change to a something different version. But then it's about empowering. I feel that word resonates with me. And then as a star, it's very it's always there. It's not strong like the sun, okay, and overpowering, but it's always there. And I see myself that consistent star that is giving direction to people. In the beginning, I put it as like ships who are lost give direction. That means I will attract very lost people. So I
Yeah.
then change it again, and then saying that it's give direction of how to really be limitless. Okay, that means don't put a limitation on yourself. If you want to dream big. If you want to achieve this, think it as, yes, I can do it. So that is the kind of direction that I want to give. And then in all that I do, it become part of me to put it in what what my tagline means. So it's really living about who I am. Yeah, not very like no, not forcefully saying that I'm a star, that kind of thing, but through my content in whatever presentation that I do, or even in my social media branding. Okay, in my Facebook, I still use it more like a personal diary, a personal journal kind of thing. I will even reflect on things and things like that. I do not post a lot about product, Avita, you should join the business, that kind of thing. I don't. I keep it very clean. That's why I don't even allow whoever that tag me to appear on my Facebook. That's how I control what people see in my Facebook profile. But then I do have a separate page that I'm building in terms of being that coach, being that
Star.
a facilitator, a star, that I want to also have my another repertoire, not just Avita distributor, a leader, but also I want to go into a bit more coaching, conducting workshops. And I don't know if some of you have attended before, like my branding, what's your brand story and things like that. These are some things that I find, I like it, and I want to help others and also empower others. So that was how it has progressed since then. But it all started with something simple first. Yeah, then start working on it and expanding on it. Of course, a lot with feedback from many people. Whenever we there was a empower night that we do, we'll write about our own branding, and you have to guess who is it. And then once they see the stars, many people will just guess that it's me, because I've talked much about it. Yeah, so let people hear you, what you stand for, and then after that it will stick to them. So so anything that you resonate with, whatever tagline that you have, work on it first, keep talking about it. Okay, it's not like once you have it, it's fixed for the rest of your life. You can further improve and enhance it. But like what Alvin said, don't keep changing. Once you have a resonation with it, just keep working on that aspect. Thank you.
What you said, one thing very important. So if you are going to be a star, you can go, the inclination can go off track into, guiding all the lost sheep. Then you get all the lost sheep joining you. Yeah, it depends on how you pronounce it. Then on the other hand, the star also can be, hey, I'm a star, You're going to listen to me. I guide you, So that is very aggressive and very arrogant, right? So it's about finding the words and the expressions and making sure that you are really who you intend your brand to be. Yeah. Okay, can we have the last visual, I think? Okay, so I have my tagline, live full, give all, die empty. Right? So again, implied within this is that live full, right? I'm living life at the 100% intensity. So if you are with me, right, we are going to fly. We are not going to crawl and walk, right? And give all means that you can count on me. Whatever I know, whatever I'm able to, I will support you all the way. Die empty, and this is how I'm going to live my life. Yeah. By the time I'm gone, I don't want to leave anything behind. I just want to give it all. So this picture is also very tastefully selected. Live full, give all represent the landscape. Look at the whole mountain range and all. But the emptiness is in the sky. So sometimes how you choose your visual, how you choose the your words and the visual is all connected, so that you can create your brand in a way that is powerful, consistent, and penetrative. Okay.